Hello guys, Sinet here. So, today I'm going to talk to you about Stranger Things and the new favorite character of pretty much everyone, Steve Harrington. So, many people got recently surprised with Steve, and that's because he started as the typical, high school bully, as a typical jock who is popular but he's a douche and stuff. And it all seemed to point out that, Jonathan was the cool guy and he will get the girl, but Steve was the guy who stood in his way and stuff. But in the end, Steve showed to be much more than that. By the end of season 1, he had joined the heroes, and now he's not even helping them because he likes the girl or something. He's just helping because he wants to help, and that was a pretty awesome exploration of his character. So, the title of this video is Why is Steve Harrington better than Nancy and Jonathan now? And, well, let me begin explaining. So, at the end of season 1, Jonathan was my favorite character, and I think he was the favorite character of many others. I remember talking to my friends and saying, yeah, Jonathan is great, he's the best. And now it's like no one cares about Jonathan because, well, he's just not really out there. He got just a romantic story and was a pretty typical one too, like getting the popular girl and stuff. And, well, that was it. And now this also applies to Nancy. And, well, these two has a story where they are trying to, bring justice for Barb. And that's a pretty cool idea, but that's ultimately just the goal they set. It's not really what their plot is about. In the end, their plot ends up being about them ending together. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing. The problem is, it kind of puts them in a bubble where they are following their own little subplot while all the other characters are, interacting with these mind flyer slaves or, all these problems with Will and stuff, and it connects. However, Nancy and Jonathan just join the party too late, and that kinda, affects the way we connect to the characters. Romance per se is not a bad thing to write. I mean, romance is basically in 90% of fiction, if not more. However, the thing is, you can't just, take a show like Stranger Things and make a subplot that's just romance. And that's basically it for Nancy and Jonathan. I mean, sure, they get this tape that uncovers the lab, but, the main direction is about where will they or will they not, and that doesn't really seem so interesting compared to all the other craziness that the other characters are doing. Beyond what they're doing, also the new relationships. I mean, I think we all enjoyed watching Steve pair with Dustin. I mean, that came out of nowhere, but it was really funny, really interesting, and really sweet in the end. And we also enjoyed Hopper and Jane, or Eleven, and of course, Max and Lucas. It was a new interaction, it gave Lucas a lot to do. And, well, we also have Bob there with Will and Joyce and all that stuff. But Jonathan and Nancy are kinda like just repeating their connection of season 1, so in the end, I think the romantic subplot is something that could have ended up resolved on season 1, and for season 2 it feels a little bit more like filler, or, just, okay, this time it will happen, but nothing else. That explains how they got just, sidelined and lost in the plot, and, well, that also explains how it is that people is not connecting to them this time. And this also, is why we are actually connecting much more with Steve. I mean, I've seen a lot of comments around the net that says, Yes, Steve deserves so much better than Nancy. Steve deserves a great girl, maybe a psychic girl, and that's why, because Steve's shown a whole new side, something that we never expect, and he became kind of like the big brother to the kids. While we see these amazing fights he has, he gets his ass kicked, and all that. You see, wow, Steve is really cool. But on the contrary, Nancy and Jonathan are just like, ah, okay, they got a tape. I mean, cool, I guess. They don't really do anything else, and that's really a problem. And back in season one, I mean, we liked them a lot because they both had their own reasons, and they both had reasons to hate each other. Yet they worked together and they did dangerous things. They went into the upside down. They got lost in the forest. They armed themselves to the teeth. They confront the monster, and that was all amazing. It was pretty fun. And back then, Jonathan showed to be like this multi-dimensional character that seemed very interesting, very conflicted, and that's why we all loved him back then. And Nancy was pretty badass too. I mean, she wasn't just in her room crying because her friend disappeared. She went and looked for her, and that was really something that was impactful, and we all loved that. Now compare that to season two. We have them just spying on the labs, and well, you can say that's bold, but not really. As I said before, there's nothing interesting there. And given that the doctor is also a pretty nice guy, we also know that they were never really in danger. So it's like, okay, and little plot that was nice. It's good that they got justice for Barb, but nothing else. And the thing is, we also didn't see any more evolution of them. Nancy's it's still this conflict girl that had her popular boyfriend, and now she's attracted to this outsider, and well, she wants to avenge her friend, and pretty much the same. And Jonathan was especially disappointing because I was expecting him to form a friendship with Steve, with more people, but in the end we learned that he's still just an outsider. He doesn't know how to talk to people, and it stayed there. They didn't evolve. And another problem was also that we had this party scene where she breaks Steve's heart, and we all just feel for him. And Jonathan meets this girl and seems he's talking to her, and that goes nowhere. I mean, okay, I wasn't expecting anything romantic, but at least he could have gotten a new friend. But that goes nowhere, and it feels all like a bit of a waste, to be honest. Steve, you know, Steve is the man this season, truly. He not only is like the big bro that advises the kids, that especially Dustin, he watches over them. He also protects them from Billy, that's the scariest dude I've seen. I know he's just a psycho. I was really scared of him, and he protects them from the Demogorgons. He protects them from these upside down things that try to catch them, and that was pretty great. I mean, I was like, wow, Steve, you're awesome. And when he almost died at the end, I was like, no, please, no, don't kill him. And I was really happy when he, ended up alive, ended up as the best friend of Dustin. Well, I mean, the best teenager friend of Dustin. And now, we see that scene at the end where he looks at Nancy and he's like, okay, she's not for me. And that was, I think that just makes you love him even more, because he's not being a douche, he's just accepting it. Okay, she doesn't love me. And that all shows a lot of multidimensionality, a lot of evolution, and of course a lot of participation in the story. And That is what ultimately makes him a much more attractive character than either Jonathan or Nancy. They are just there being boring, being, the couple, and okay, they even got a little more, I don't know, I would say cliche, the outsider with a popular girl, and well, that's it. Yes, they got Joseph for bar, good, and well, there's where it goes. Meanwhile, Steve seems like the guy who gets shit done. He gets his heart broken. He gets his face broken, and still, he's still this guy who just wants to help the kid. He doesn't have anything else at stake. Not even the girl he likes. I mean, she's already with another guy, and he's still helping everybody. So that's why Steve leaves a much more interesting impression in the minds of us, the viewers, and that's why he's got now a really, really big fandom. Now, most fans know this already, but if you don't, well, Billy is basically what Steve should be. I mean, Steve in back season 1 was supposed to be written as the typical bully, but the actor was just so good that the brothers decided to, make him more likable. And well, we now see that was the perfect choice, and now we got this bully, Billy, who is like a dark Steve, and that also helped him a lot. I think introducing new characters is one way to improve old characters. It helped improve Steve with all his subplot with Billy, seeing him being the underdog for once was something that also made you empathize with him, and of course, that also ended up with him getting beaten up, but ended up with him getting the moral victory. And well, we also saw this effect with Lucas improving a lot with Max, and well, we also saw, Joyce with Bob. That was amazing. I think new characters is something that needs to be more tried in certain series. So, how will we fix, you know, Jonathan and Nancy next season? Well, we don't need to fix them exactly, but I think we need them to evolve. Okay, they are a relationship. By next season's time, they will already be dating for a long while, probably 1 year or 1 year and a half, and that's gonna show them like a full-on couple. So I'm really hoping that Jonathan is now more open, knows more people, has more friends. Hopefully he will evolve that way. And Nancy, hopefully she will be more badass maybe, and she will find a new role within the group that will be pretty good. Now, I think that I come to what I said before. They should probably introduce new characters that help this to grow. I don't know, maybe Jonathan will work with someone, will get a boss, or will get um, new friends, and Nancy could get a boss probably, a mentor to learn from her or from him, and that could help them grow. I think that would be pretty cool for them, not just being in their bubble, expanding their horizons. Now, one thing I would love to see is Steve and Jonathan forming a friendship. I mean, sure, bro, you took my girlfriend, but you're pretty cool. I mean, and Jonathan will be like, sure, you watch over my brother, and that's nice. Getting to know each other. I think it will help both characters. So, to summarize, Jonathan and Nancy got stale. They got into a bubble of a plot that wasn't so interesting, and ultimately they didn't evolve the characters. And that's why they aren't such good characters this time around. However, Steve evolved a lot. He had a lot of screen time, he had a lot of funny moments and badass moments, and he was involved in the main plot. And he also interacted with new characters that show new sides of him. And that's why ultimately Steve became a much better character than either Nancy or Jonathan. And that's also why we are now rooting for him. Now, he's pretty much a lesson on how to write characters. He evolved a lot, and as I said, they in season 2 they just gave him the tools to be a great character. That is involvement in the main plot, involvement with new characters, involvement with old characters such as Dustin, and evolving as a character. That's the most important part. Showing new sides of him, showing that he cares about kids, showing that he is good with them, showing that he can be an underdog in school. So, in the end, Steve was really well written. Congratulations to the brothers. Hope they can manage to do the same for Nancy and Jonathan. In the end, we need. It will be perfect if every character was, amazing. So, I'm really hoping to see more of the underused characters, and well, obviously more of Steve. I really, really want more of Steve. And that will be it for this bit, guys. I hope you liked it. I'm going to be talking much more about how to write characters and how to write plots and why we like certain characters and stuff. So, if you like to hear this, just hit the like button and subscribe. See it out, and goodbye.